Greetings and salutations, Internet, and welcome to another episode of Who's Your Brother? I'm the older of the two brothers. My name's Christian. With me, as always, is my younger brother, Evan.
Well, folks, it was a hell of a run.
A great
hell
run.
of a run, I'll say. So close. But hey, oh man, you know what? Oh fuck, you know I'm blanking on it. What's that word where you almost win, but you don't actually win? What's that called again? It's on the tip of my tongue. Lose. You lost.
Yeah,
you
lost.
Losers.
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations to the Pacers on almost getting there. Our poor Hoosier brethren in this state are mourning. I watched it happen through posts on Facebook as I was fucking doom scrolling. But yeah, the Indiana Pacers, who have been somewhat of, I feel like, underdogs this whole time, basically my entire life, managed,
as I can remember.
Yeah, managed to make it all the way to the finals. They pulled out a buzzer beater in game 1 for the win. The series went back and forth. It was tied 3-3. They got to game 7 and just couldn't get past the finish line.
Couldn't quite cross that finish line. You know what? Hey, tough run, boys, but again, mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Right. There are finish lines in basketball, right? That's how that sport works.
I have no fucking idea. All right, folks, it's time to rip the Band-Aid off this one. I'm going to be totally upfront with you. I don't give two flying fucks about basketball to any degree. I don't really care about any sport, if I'm being frank with you. So,
you be frank,
I tell you that... Damn it, I missed it this time.
Gotcha. Shit. I'm going to start keeping a fucking tally.
Please do. Holy shit, please do.
You know what it'll be? It'll be the Frank score. This is a very Frank score. All right, yeah, go ahead.
Just to level with you folks, in a small, very fucked up way, from a perspective of not really caring all that much, I'm glad they lost, because now I don't have to hear people fucking talk about it for God knows how long. Hey, you know, the Sirs won in 25. Oh man, had a hell of a run going. I don't care. Mm-hmm. I don't care. I can't be bothered to give a fuck. Especially now, unfortunately.
Well, bad news for you, little brother. You are going to hear about it, because one of the things that happened in the game, the star player of the Pacers is one Mr. Tyrese Halliburton, number 0. He was the one who scored the game-winning point in the first game. It was a whole big deal, big shot, and he did the choke thing, kind of reminiscent of when Reggie Miller did it back in the day with Spike Lee and the Knicks and all that. But he blew out his calf in the first quarter. And again, the star player went down. So as soon as I heard that happen, like, my instant thought was, oh, there you go, guys. We'll always be saying that's the reason we lost. Like, the Pacers would have taken it in 25 if Halliburton's calf hadn't blown out in the first quarter.
Could have had if Burton was in.
So that's what you're going to hear forever, little brother.
You know something? You're absolutely right. And you know something else? Boy, that's fucking upsetting to think about.
Yeah, because, shit, man, they'll still talk about the shit with the Pacers from, like, I don't know, the Miller days and be like, if it weren't for the fucking refs, it's the refs that really screwed us over. Sports people will look for any reason. Like, it's never their team's fault. It's not that they played bad. It's this 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 extenuating circumstances. And I'll say this, I don't care about basketball either, but watching, people I know be excited, I can get behind that. I used to work for a company that would give out free sports tickets sometimes, and I got really good seats to the Pacers a couple times. So I took my friends who liked basketball, and, like, they were into it, so I was having a good time cheering. I don't give 2 shits, but I'm like, yeah, this is fun, and I can understand the appeal of the tribalism to it, like, my town better than your town. Grrr, look at us go sport. And every time I think about, loving Indianapolis, I actually have a memory of the time I went on tour, which was a great time many, many years ago when I was trying to be a musician. But, I was away from home for, like, basically all of the time between Thanksgiving and Christmas. Like, I left basically right after Thanksgiving, and I got home, like, I feel like a week before Christmas. Spent the rest of the time on the fucking road, about a month. And I had to take a Greyhound home because I was on tour, but I was the opener. So, like, I met him in Chicago, and we went on tour, and then, like, the tour ended in Denver, so I had to take a Greyhound home, which was a whole day trip. But I will never forget. I will never forget, like, driving down 70 and seeing Indianapolis in the distance, and the sun was setting behind it, and the sky was beautiful, and I had never seen the city look so beautiful. And like, I remember, like, honestly being like, oh, it's good to be home. So that's the kind of feeling I feel like this whole thing evokes. Is like, yeah, I love my town, but like, not for sports reasons.
Look, I'm gonna be totally upfront. We call this podcast "Hoosier Brother" because we are two brothers from the Hoosier state of Indiana. I do not care for this state. I don't really care for this town much. I tolerate it at best. I tolerate it because people I like are here.
Right, absolutely.
That's kind of it.
Yeah. When I moved to Virginia, I did love being by the beach, but I did miss winter. Like, that's the thing. I like it when it's nice and chilly out. Like, I'm always too fucking hot, and it gets humid one day in April in Virginia, and then it doesn't stop until September. So, like, that was a little too humid. So I do love that Indiana at least is like, no, we have seasons. We have seasons. Get them all.
I'm telling you, man. For me in particular, I'm much more of a winter person. If I could go somewhere where it's just cold, like, consistently, I would 100% be down for that. Mm-hmm. That is my jam right there.
Oh, absolutely.
I want it to be cold a lot.
Yeah. I would probably be down for Minnesota, except that I've seen what their winters are like too, man. They're like, oh yeah, we got like 8 feet of snow or whatever. Like, oh shit, that's too much feet of snow.
Yeah, okay. Places like that's probably too much. Mm-hmm. I like the cold, but that's probably too much. If I'm being frank with you.
You be frank.
But if you could be Christian.
I will be. 1-1 right now. The series is tied, little brother.
We're all tied up.
All right. So yeah. Sorry to the Pacers and all the fans. Congratulations to Oklahoma, the Thunder. I think. I don't fucking know.
Yeah. Okay. City Thunder.
Mm-hmm. Go Sports. They did a sports. It did good, and the ball fucking went. Man, good job.
I mean, yeah, that ball sure as hell went. God damn. Good shit on making that ball go.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that being said, I think it's time we get into the show. What do you say, Ev?
You know what? Let's get to it.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, if it's your first time here, we have a system that we go by here at Hoosier Brother. It's based on an old saying. Ev, what's the old saying?
That old saying is, if you give the people bread and circuses, they will never revolt.
That is absolutely true. So we break the show into 3 sections: the bread, the circuses, and the revolt. We'll start you off with some bread, which might be some food news, and then we move on to the circuses, entertainment news. I'll do some movies and TV and music. Evan will do some games, and then we'll get into the revolt, which is the revolting news of the world, politics and whatnot. The fun stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, all that good jazz. Buckle in, folks. We got some shit to talk about this time around.
For sure. But we're going to start you off nice and light, so let's get this fucking bread.
Let's get this bread.
Hell yeah.
Would you like to start it, or shall I?
I'll start us off, because we're going to start off with some Hoosier news, some good old Hoosier news. Hoosier hero, and yes, I do mean that Hoosier hero. We talked about what qualifies. It's a low bar. But Hoosier hero, Joey...
It's a very low bar. I'm sorry, folks.
An insanely low bar. But either way, Hoosier hero Joey Chestnut is making his triumphant return to the Nathan's July 4th hot dog eating contest. The crowd goes wild. Yeah. As you may remember, last year, little brother, we talked about it on the show. He didn't compete after some controversy when he signed a deal with Impossible Foods.
I do remember. I do recall.
So Joey Chestnut missed out on last year's contest. He's the 16-time champion of said Nathan's famous hot dog eating contest. But let's see. Last year, Patrick Bertoletti put away 58 hot dogs in 10 minutes, and he won the Nathan's contest last year. Do you know what Joey Chestnut did last year on July 4th?
What did Joey Chestnut do last year on July 4th?
He did his own thing, where he took on a team of 4 soldiers. It was his score against their collective score.
My God. Joey.
In 5 minutes.
Joey.
Would you like to take a guess on the score?
Okay, this is Joey Chestnut we're talking about here. Did he... Okay, so the individual who won the the officially licensed contest, he ate 50-something?
58 in 10 minutes.
58 and 10. Did Joey crack that number? Did Joey beat that?
Not quite.
55 was Joey's score.
Oh, you're so close. 57. He literally he literally ate almost the exact same amount of hot dogs as this dude did in 10 minutes. Would you care to guess the Soldier's score?
Lower or higher?
They did not win.
30.
Not quite that bad, but still 49 between the four of them.
Oh my god. What? Joey Chestnut, what kind of monster are you? You're like you're a mutant from the X-Men at this point, dog.
He really fucking is. Yeah, so at 49, that's an average of a 12 and a quarter dog per fucking army guy, whereas Chestnut is clearly averaging 50 fucking 7.
In Christ.
Yeah. He has been called the greatest person in professional eating. And like they're like, that's not even, like an opinion. That's just straight facts. Do you know how many
That's just a fact at that point.
Yeah. Joey Chestnut is the greatest eater in history. That is not empty editorializing or bloviating. That is empirical fact. Says Major League Eating, the organization that oversees professional eating events. Do you know how many records Joey Chestnut holds for eating?
Please tell me.
55.
Ah! Oh my god!
Oh, your god, indeed!
Joey!
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck, man?
Would you like to know what his records are held in?
Please, enlighten me.
Here we go. Eggs, asparagus, pork, pulled sandwiches, tacos, Taco Bell, hot dogs, men's division, chicken wings, long form, hamburgers, crystals, pork ribs, meat pies, corned beef sandwiches, shrimp wontons, gyros, Philly cheesesteaks, funnel cakes, fish tacos, traditional 3-inch tortilla, mutton sandwiches, jalapeno poppers, pepperoni rolls, pork roll sandwiches, 4-ounce Twinkies, Bostonberry pie, burritos, long form, pork, pulled, horseshoe sandwiches, pork, pulled sliders, San Pedro, fish market, shrimp, canteen sandwiches, tamales, grilled cheese sandwiches, gyoza, pastrami, gumbo, ice cream sandwiches, poutine, shrimp cocktail, hostess, registered trademark, donuts, registered trademark, salt potatoes, turkey, whole, pierogi, White Hut cheeseburgers, Pizza Hut pizzones, Kolache factory kolaches, brain tacos, croquetas, apple pie, pepperoni rolls, canteen sandwiches, 2-foot pizza slices, carnitas tacos, HEB, true Texas beef brisket, barbecue sandwiches, waffles, Eggo style, ramen noodles, short form, cherry pie, cheesesteak egg rolls, and bologna slices. Bologna slices. Would you like to know how much bologna he ate to achieve a record?
Is this in slice number or pounds?
Pounds.
Oh my god, I'm so scared. No, Joey, how much did you eat, man?
In 8 minutes, who's your hero? Joey Chestnut ate 15.75 pounds of bologna slices. An ungodly amount of fucking processed meat.
Joey, no!
Joey,
Joey,
yes!
you can't do this!
Oh, he can.
Oh my god! Oh my fucking god, Joey!
Yeah.
Why?
And when you look at all of his records, they all basically make you think like, how? What? 82 tacos? 6.5 2-foot pizza slices? That's 13 feet of pizza! 54 tacos, Jesus. 7.5 pizzones at the Spike Guys Choice Awards. That's funny.
That's so many pizzones.
9.35 pounds of whole turkey.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so undoubtedly the greatest competitive eater that has ever fucking existed. But he's coming back next year. I'm glad you guys got a chance to have a contest without him to see who's second best. Because
damn.
Because you know what's next year? Because you know what's this year, little brother?
What was that?
It's Return of the King.
Return of the fucking King, man.
That's right.
The King has returned, folks at home. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit.
Now, we might not really get down on the Pacers, but when it comes to Joey Chestnut, in this house, Joey Chestnut is a fucking hero.
He's a fucking hero, god damn it.
Because you know what Joey Chestnut's not going to do in the last game?
Choke.
He's not going to fucking choke. Joey Chestnut's going for the gold, and he's bringing it back every fucking time.
Oh my god. So fucking incredible. You know what? Again, Godspeed, Joey Chestnut.
Mm-hmm.
Godspeed.
Absolutely. So
You you are a monster who I'm convinced is one like mutation away from turning into Galactus like devourer of worlds.
quite fucking possibly, there is an empty pit inside of Joey Chestnut that just cannot be filled, no matter how many hot dogs he puts there, and I applaud him for continuing to try.
He's fucking insatiable, man. He's an unstoppable machine.
He is the one recognizable name in competitive eating. There's that. Who is it? The guy. So he also, when he was banned from Nathan's last year, he also did his own thing with, who is it? The godfather of competitive eating, Kobayashi. That was it. But
Yeah. I know that cat.
yeah, but fucking, of course, Joey Chestnut won.
Did Joey Chestnut win at eating?
Yeah.
Did Joey Chestnut eat more than somebody else? I never would have fucking guessed.
Yeah, so Kobayashi might be the godfather of competitive eating, but Chestnut's just the god.
He'll never be full. He'll never be satiated.
He cannot be. All should cower in his presence, lest he devour you as well.
Cowering right now, and I'm not even in his goddamn presence.
Well, good luck, Joey Chestnut. I know you don't fucking need it, but we'll be cheering you on America Day.
Hell yeah.
Right. Little brother, you wanted to talk about some dirty soda, I do believe.
I don't understand what the fuck this trend is about, man. We're just throwing shit in soda, for God's sakes. That's all it is. We're just taking soda and be like, whatever, just fucking hook shit in it. Who cares, right? Fuck it. We don't give a shit.
It sure does seem that way. It's like, hey, people aren't liking soda, so what random things can we put in it?
Well, before with this dirty soda trend, for some reason, based on some reality show about Mormon wives, which, hey, who gives a flying fuck, but whatever. Whatever fills the void in your life, I guess. But before, it was Papa John's, with their weird fucking pepper soda that no one gives a shit about.
It's like the peppercini shit, isn't it?
Yeah. For some reason, they put that into their soda and said, fuck it, we can do weird shit too. Watch this.
Right, yeah. We're here. We're hip. Forget that our owner was a prick.
Forget that our owner was pretty racist, actually.
Yeah, our fucking namesake. Maybe it's time for a rebrand, you know? Have we renamed Papa John's yet? I think we should put that on the docket for next time. We're gonna give Papa John's, because that's also a Hoosier creation.
Unfortunately, it's true. I mean, Shaq's pretty involved these days. We could do something with that. Shaq's popular. People like Shaq.
Yeah, no, I think if they called it Papa Shaq's, it'd be a fucking much better branding.
I agree. You know what? I agree completely. But regardless, KFC has... Oh, God, what the fuck are they calling this thing? Peaches and Cream Sweet Lightning Soda.
Uh-huh.
So, okay, hang on. What the fuck is in this thing? Okay, so it's a Mountain Dew base. Blah, blah, blah. Is getting... So, the Sweet Lightning Mountain Dew, a KFC exclusive soda... It first appeared on menus in 2019. Is getting a modern update.
Just what it needs.
I hate that that's, that's a marketing fucking term, but whatever. With an added swirl of sweet vanilla cream. You're putting coffee creamer in your fucking sodas now.
Oh, it's coffee creamer.
Okay, sweet vanilla cream. It might as well be.
Yeah, no.
Like, it's not like officially called that. That's fucking what it is.
Yeah, no, that sounds like what I put in my fucking coffee.
Yeah, no, that sounds like shit you just put in your coffee. So, okay, here's our exclusive Mountain Dew flavor, and we're putting sweet vanilla cream in it. Like, sure, that doesn't sound objectively terrible, but also, why? I feel like we're just, again, we're just throwing shit in soda, saying, I don't know, we'll figure it out.
I feel like they basically have to at this point, because, soda's been on a downtrend for years now. Like, most younger folks are being like, hey, like, this is terrible. Like, you shouldn't put this in your body. Like, I try to phase it out as much as possible. Do you drink a lot of soda, Evan?
No, it's a very rare instance for me to have a soda.
Yeah, I have like one with dinner, and it's one of those little mini Sprites. That's like, all right, it's dinner. I'll have a little bit of a Sprite.
Mine is usually like a pizza night. Like, oh, we're getting pizza. Yeah, I'll have a soda with this. It's pizza. You drink soda with pizza. It's a common combo.
For sure, for sure. Although I remember when I was a kid, back before you were even alive, Dad took us to the pizza joint and made us get milk with our fucking pizza. Soda with pizza, not my children.
Which is kind of hilarious. Of all the soda fiends I know, our dad is maybe one of the worst. That fool fucking chugged soda like his life depends on it.
Absolutely. And nowadays he goes, hey, you want a soda? Want a soda? I'll just, oh, your water sucks, doesn't it? Yeah, I guess I'll take a soda.
His water does suck. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, well, he's got well water, so gross.
I fucking need to get that fool a goddamn Brita or something. I swear to God, he'll never use it, but for my own peace of mind.
Right, absolutely. We'll just have it, and then when we're coming over, we'll just text him the day before. Hey, put water in the Brita for us.
But yeah, so like soda with its downward trend of people aren't really zazzed on it. I mean, I will be honest. When I went to college, Ball State had like all sorts of, soda thing. Like they had soda fountains just in like every cafeteria hall.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I took one look at that and I kind of went, no, I need to like temper this, I'm not gonna like just drink soda constantly nonstop. So I switched over to tea, and that helped me a lot. Tea and coffee, those are my two ones now.
Yeah, I still drink coffee. I used to also, I don't know if you ever got into, but I used to be into energy drinks. I try not to fuck with them anymore unless I've got like a long road trip, and then it's like, all right, we're getting caffeinated. But
I have never been an energy drink enjoyer, like at no point.
So I'll never forget when Red Bull first came out. I was 18, and
that's dangerous. That's like you've already set like a very dangerous precedent with the start of this story.
Yeah, 18 or 19, it was around there. I was living on the south side of Indiana, and I was dating a girl who lived on the north side. And so I would go and pick her up, and we'd hang out. And then after I dropped her off, like it'd be, pretty late. And so I would drive to get on 465, the interstate, and get home. And I'd always stop at this gas station and get a cup of coffee, and I would drink it on my way home. And then like one day, one of the dudes was like, hey man, I always see you in here, buying coffee to try to help you stay awake. Like, yeah, like I live all the way on the south side and I've got to try to get there. He goes, so, well, have you tried one of these? They're like coffee, but it's supposed to be better. It gives you more energy, this, that, and the other. It gives you wings. And he hands me a Red Bull. I'm like, fuck it, I'll try it. And shit, man, I was like, yeah, this is where the fucking energy is. Mm-hmm. So I liked Red Bull, and then when they came out with Monster, that was my favorite. Like I think it tasted better than Red Bull. Nowadays, I try to drink one. I'm like, oh god, I feel like I just sipped diabetes. But I'll never forget when. God.
Oh no, please go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I also remember when they invented Monster because they gave it out free at an ICP show I was at.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they gave out free samples of Monster, and so we all got hyped to the fucking gills, and then it was a great show. We were all fucking moshing like crazy. Good times.
No, it sounds like good times.
Mm-hmm. But either way, so all of that though, at my tangent out of the way, soda and caffeinated beverages in general, highly processed drinks are kind of like on the way out.
I mean, I completely agree. I've definitely like plenty of my friends, are kind of off that shit now, know?
For sure. A lot of people, when they try to like lose weight or get healthy, that's one of the first things they drop. Like, all right, no more soda. And I feel like it's an easy one.
Yeah, I feel it's very easy. Don't get me wrong. I do like soda, but it's not like I never feel like compelled to get it. But regardless, the dirty soda trend is deeply confusing for me, and I don't understand what the hell is behind it. I mean, it's just a flash in the pan trend, based on some fuck-ass reality show.
The Mormon one, right? Those motherfuckers. Yeah. They don't drink booze, so they've got to try to have interesting drinks somehow. Like, oh, you don't need alcohol when you've got dirty soda. Like, get the fuck away from me.
No, please, don't talk to me. I don't. No. Shut up.
Right? Here's the thing. You don't need either of those things. You can be like, hey, I don't want alcohol, but you don't need to go, like, fucking up a perfectly bad soda and make it worse.
That's the thing, isn't it? It's like, this it's just worse. You've made a product worse, actually. Like, objectively worse.
Yeah, absolutely. Totally unfucking necessary. I will not be trying the Sweet Lightning Soda, which apparently, according to this article I have pulled up, is also a collaboration for the F1 movie.
Really?
That's what I'm seeing here. Where does it say? It said something about its F1 themed meal or some shit. Maybe that was some AI bullshit. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I'm looking at the one I've got. Mine's from Food and Wine, so I don't know. Maybe you've got a different one.
Yeah, I had looked one up and it was from Southern Living. Let's see. Race into Flavor. Yeah. Race into Flavor. KFC's iconic Phillips return alongside finger licking good collab with F1 the movie. So yeah, this is from, it looks like a global KFC press release. Yeah, food sided. So I'm seeing this listed in a couple things. So yeah, it looks like they are doing a collab with F1, I guess.
Well, here's my rebuttal to that. Gross.
Yeah, absolutely. No, thank you. Not for me.
No, not at all. Nasty, but regardless. Well, that was one of mine. The only other one that I had is, oh gosh, hang on, I gotta figure out where the fuck this stupid thing is. Hang on. There's a new Mountain Dew in town, because it feels like there's a new Mountain Dew like every fucking
5 minutes.
Yeah, every fucking 10 goddamn seconds. This is Dragon Fruit. Mountain Dew Dragon Fruit.
Is this something to do with How to Train Your Dragon? Or is it just because?
Weirdly enough, no. This is just a Walmart exclusive. You can only get this at Walmart for some reason.
They be having exclusives, though, with just the randomest motherfuckers. Like, here's our one with Taco Bell, here's our one with Walmart, here's our one with KFC. Everybody gets a Mountain Dew flavor. You get a Mountain Dew flavor. And you get a Mountain Dew flavor. And you get a Mountain Dew flavor.
I'm here to tell you. We don't care. We don't care. We just don't care.
Do not give a shit. Keep all of your fucking Mountain Dews.
Oh, God, no. It's, we here at Who's Your Brother take a firm stance of Mountain Dew. Gross.
Absolutely. No fucking thank you.
Did you have any more bread that you wanted to cover?
Nah, I think the bread is sufficiently baked. We've rambled about the bread for quite enough, so I think it's time to move on to our second segment, the circuses. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Who's Your Brother circuses. No lions, no acrobats, but we have got some entertainment news for you. Ba-da-da! Woo-hoo! All right. First up on the docket, Evan and I both want to talk to y'all about Spaceballs 2. That's right. Motherfucking Spaceballs. The classic Star Wars spoof is getting a sequel so many years later. Just seemingly out of the fucking blue. Like, I was not expecting this. Evan, were you expecting this?
No, not at all. Not at all in any way, shape, or form. And let me be the first to say, why? Why are we here? What are we doing this for? To what end could this? But we already made the fucking joke. We made this joke in the first Spaceballs movie, right? You know. God willing, we'll in the sequel.
Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money.
Search for More Money.
Yeah, which I can't believe they're not just calling it that. They have decided to go with Spaceballs, The Schwartz Awakens, with sure, fine, but like, I guess it's more of a way of being like, hey, remember how that Star Wars had an unnecessary sequel? Well, now we're having an unnecessary sequel.
I don't understand what we're doing this for, man. We already made the joke.
But I feel like they'll be remiss if they don't have a line in there like, somehow Dark Helmet has returned. Because that's what's happening.
I mean, Dark Helmet's fucking... Rick Moranis is coming back for this. That's really the crazy thing.
Yes! Dark Helmet is actually fucking returning. That is, I feel like, the best news about this. Because, like, Mel Brooks is going to be involved, which is great fucking news. Like, oh, I'm glad they're not trying to make it without him. He's going to be fucking 100 by the time it comes out, which is... Let's hope he makes it. Like we'll see. But the other news is that motherfucking Rick Moranis is coming out of retirement to do Spaceballs 2. And I love me some Rick Moranis, so I'm happy about that.
I do love Rick Moranis. I do. I think the most analogous thing, though, that for me at least, that I can come up with is, do you remember the Good Burger movie?
I am familiar with the Good Burger movie. Like, I didn't watch it because that wasn't my shit. Like, I've got nothing against Kenan and Kel. Like, I just never really, watched them. So, like, I was familiar with it. I knew of the Good Burger movie.
So the Good Burger movie cold opens with "Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order?"
Mm-hmm.
And that's the joke. That's the one joke from the Good Burger bit.
Right, yeah.
Like, that's it. Once you do that, you now have to fill an hour and a half worth of time. Like, you already used the one joke. That's what I feel like Spaceballs 2 is. You already told the joke, but you told it in the first movie. You already told the joke. What are you going to do?
I don't know, but they're definitely going to be telling some of the same jokes because you know who else said they're coming back to the movie?
Bill Pullman said he was coming back, right?
Bill Pullman said he's coming back, but that's not who I'm talking about.
Oh, God, who else is coming back then?
Tim Russ is coming back. For those of you who don't know, Tim Russ is the motherfucker in Spaceballs who, when asked about combing the desert, if they found anything, is the dude who yells up, "We ain't found shit!"
Oh my God.
One of the premier gags in the whole fucking movie. He said to comb the desert, so we're combing the desert.
Lord Helmet, why? You think we took this too literally? No, you idiot.
Have you found anything? Not yet, sir. What about you guys? Nothing yet, sir. How about y'all? We ain't found shit.
We ain't found shit.
Mm-hmm. So he's coming back, so I imagine we're basically getting that joke again.
Oh man, do you like these jokes? Hey guys, hey guys, do you like these jokes? Do you like them? I sure hope you do. We're gonna tell them to you over and over again.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like that's just part of the trend now, isn't it? Like, have you seen the trailer for the new Naked Gun?
There's a new Naked Gun coming out?
Yeah, you didn't see the reboot of the Naked Gun?
No, God damn it!
Oh man, I'm gonna send you the trailer. We'll just cut out the part of you watching it, but I'm gonna send it to you. You're gonna watch it right now, and then we'll come back. And so when people cut back into this, it will be Evan's live reaction to the Naked Gun trailer. I might even see about like editing in some of his actual reactions while it's happening.
You know what? You're gonna watch it right now. Do I have to?
Yes.
Is this like at gunpoint? You're forcing me to?
Yes, I am 100%.
Damn it!
All right, got the link copied.
Oh boy! All right. What the hell? Okay. Ah, fuck. Liam Neeson, why are you here? Wow, we have opened with a nut shot.
Oh yeah.
Great. Good.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, Seth MacFarlane, why are you here?
Why wouldn't he be here?
God damn it. There is nothing funny about this. I'm gonna be real.
Yep.
Wow. I've never seen something so unfunny, actually. That's kind of amazing. I'm not gonna lie. How'd you do it? How'd you make a whole trailer with no jokes?
It's something for sure. Yeah. I was
That's gotta be a superpower.
I'm not sure what they're fucking trying for here. I think back to the original Naked Guns. It's been a while since I watched them. I'm sure shit hasn't aged well in them. But,
sure.
But I do remember like Leslie Nielsen was hilarious. Like his like dry delivery and shit is like golden. Like it's amazing. Which is like especially funny considering that he was like a super serious actor before all that. Which is what I think they were trying to do with Liam Neeson. Like, yeah, Liam Neeson's also a serious actor. What if we can get him to be funny? And it's like, he just still feels serious.
Yeah, nothing about this. Boy, wow, I really want to harp on this, folks. If you haven't seen the trailer, go watch it. I'm not fucking with you. There's not a single joke in there where I was like, ah, yeah, that's pretty funny. I'd watch that. No, there's none of it.
No, I'll tell you, there was one joke that I got a chuckle out of, and it's the one where they referenced O.J. Simpson.
All right, you know what? Fine. Yeah, you know what? I will even say, all right, I will give it one bit of credit as well. There was one joke that I did kind of get a decent chuckle out of, and that was when they were putting the Spirit Halloween sign in front of the police station.
Right, that was also pretty funny. Like, all right, I do love a good Spirit Halloween joke, but yeah, O.J. Simpson, of course, was in the original trilogy, so there's a scene where Liam Neeson's talking to a picture of Leslie Nielsen because he's supposed to be Leslie Nielsen's son, Frank Drebin Jr. He's like, "Hi, Daddy," and then his partner's talking to Liam Neeson, a picture of Leslie Nielsen's partner, and then they show a picture of O.J. Simpson, and some cop just looks at the screen and just shakes his head like, no, we're not doing that part. So I can appreciate that, but yeah, so that's just kind of where we're at, though. That's why, the Spaceballs 2 is happening, and fucking Mel Brooks, maybe he's still got it. I don't know, maybe we'll see. Like, I'll watch it. I love Rick Moranis. We'll see where it goes, but either way, 2027, Spaceballs 2.
Spaceballs 2. All right, look, folks, I don't have a lot of hope for the future of cinema, especially after live-action Lilo and Stitch made a shitload of money for Disney, and that movie, I don't even want to talk about that movie. I haven't seen it. I have no intention of seeing it. It sounds like a fucking, just a travesty of cinema. So I don't want to get into that one. How to Train Your Dragon live action was apparently just a shot-for-shot remake of the original. Don't really want to get into that one neither. So
I am told that from what I understand of analysis of the Lilo and Stitch live action, it basically shits on the spirit of the original, which, fuck that. While cramming in some unnecessary jokes. And if you want a shot-for-shot remake, what the shit, man? They've tried that shit before, but I don't know. Is it doing well? It's doing well, isn't it?
I think it is, yeah.
Of course it is.
I would also just love to say this as well, because I've heard this one. Just as a quick shout out and an extra special fuck you to the Disney Corporation. Fun fact, at two separate points in the movie, live action Lilo and Stitch, they referenced the Marines.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you can only reference a U.S. military organization if you have received funding from that U.S. military organization. So twice that is mentioned, which means that the U.S. military funded some small part of Lilo and Stitch.
Well, that's fucking propaganda.
Yep, it is now officially propaganda. Congratulations, you're not immune to it.
Yep. Fuck them. So yeah, fuck the live action Lilo and Stitch. Fuck the live action How to Train Your Dragon. And maybe fuck these sequels. We'll see. I think Evan's already made his decision on the Naked Gun. I'm not going to see that shit in theaters, but I might give it a watch once it hits streaming. We'll see. We'll see how the crowd reacts. Although, as I was looking up Spaceballs, we're going to play a little impromptu round of time to guess the Rotten Tomatoes score. Evan, do you know what the Rotten Tomatoes score of the original fucking Spaceballs is?
Above or below 50%?
Above.
67.
Not much above, though. 52%.
Really?
It's rotten.
God damn, dude. I fucking love the original Spaceballs. You kidding me? It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, the original Spaceballs is an incredible fucking movie. Okay, here's a better one. Audience score. What do you think that was?
Okay, no. Audience score has got to be higher. I'm giving that one a solid 85.
83. You were close.
Hey, there we go. There we go.
Yeah.
I knew the fucking audience would be on my side on that one.
Absolutely. Critics don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Critics also aren't a fan of Hook, which is one of your favorite movies.
Hook is an incredible fucking film. Hook critics can go fuck themselves.
I knew that would happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Critics can eat every inch of my ass. Hook is one of my go-to feel-good movies, man. Fuck that. All right. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. What did you have to talk about in circuses?
Let's talk about me some circuses. My fucking list went away. Hang on. There we go.
No worries.
All right, folks. I would like to officially announce It has been 7 years now. 7 years since the official announcement for Elder Scrolls 6.
Holy
7 years
shit.
since Elder Scrolls 6, folks. Give it up.
Woo! 7 years. What a time. Is this the longest time between announcement with no updates?
Oh, God, it sure as hell feels like it. If it's not, then it sure as hell feels like it might be.
The only thing I feel like that might be longer is Duke Nukem Forever.
Duke Nukem Forever, but that's only because that went through production hell. Like, that got passed from hand to hand for years and years.
Like over a decade, I think.
I think so, yeah. My history's a little fuzzy on that one, but...
Yeah.
Oh, man, folks, I'm telling you, longer development cycles. AAA studios really need time to cook them games, you know? A new Fable's supposed to be coming out. Haven't heard an update on that one in a while.
Mm-hmm.
God, GTA 6? GTA 6 is at least getting announcements. They're talking about it now.
Finally, like, those are recent. Like, and
those are very recent.
And we'll see what comes of that. Who fucking knows? You know, it's kind of funny that you mention shit like this. It's also been like this, it feels like, with Netflix shows, you know?
Oh my God, dude. The kids from Stranger Things are adults now.
Yeah.
They're not kids anymore. They're just adults.
They are. They fucking are. It's funny, you know, they just showed like a trailer for the new season of Wednesday. If you go back and watch the first fucking season of it, like Pugsley is like shoulder height to Wednesday. He is standing head and shoulders above her now. That kid went through a growth spurt in the 2 years between, like 2.5 years between seasons.
Oh my God, I just don't understand it, man. I really don't. I don't know what happened. Like, maybe it's because industry standards were different back in the day. Maybe they did cram for a lot longer, for a lot more. But I don't know, man. I remember at least animated shows, you know, you had it ran for half the year. You know, there were about 20-something episodes, you know, 21, 22 episodes. Ran for about half the year, one episode a week. And the next season would be out in like a year, 2 years maybe, you know?
Yeah, no, you had a summer break for shows, and then they came back in the fall. They ran for like 20 to 24 episodes. The thing that's different now is all the trimming of personnel that Hollywood is trying to do. Because back in the day, you know what you had? A fucking writer's room. You had a room filled with writers who were all working towards the same goal. You had somebody who was in charge of, you know, the direction of the show, but everybody pitched fucking in, and it helped. And now they're like, we need to really cut back on that. Maybe like 2 or 3 people making the show. Or if you're very, very unlucky, 1.
Oh my God. And like, people are talking about, well, you know, production values for shows are going up. All right, let's talk about a show with high production values. Game of Thrones had one of the highest production values. And you know what? They still fucking managed to, you know, put out a season every, like, what, year? Every other year, give or take?
They for the last season, they waited like, I think 2 years. But other than that, yeah, Game of Thrones was pretty good about putting out a season a year.
Like, and that show had great production value.
It's possible to have good production value and like still put out timely fucking material, you know? And it's okay to be like, hey, we're going to cut back on production a little bit so we can put out timely material. Buffy is cheesy as hell, but they put out a season every fucking year, and it was great.
And it was fucking fantastic. Supernatural did that shit.
Good, you know? They didn't need to for those last few seasons, but they did it, god damn it.
Not only that, but I'm even going to like throw this one out there. Yeah, this is a hot take for all of you. These production cycles are getting longer, and the games are getting worse, all right? Not even, like, talking about, like, okay, Skull and Bones was a game that Ubisoft put out that they heralded as the first quadruple A game. And like, yeah, the game functioned, but it was boring and dull, and I don't think no one talks about it anymore. It is a forgotten mess that just got shoved out. But like, even from like stepping back from like a functionality standpoint, some of these games are in production for fucking years. Cyberpunk 2077 was in production for like 7 fucking years or some shit. And it came out and it was a broken, buggy, fucked up mess. Like, it was like a non-functioning mess of a game that just didn't work half the time. So I look at all these, like, you know, long-ass production periods, and I'm like, is your game even gonna fucking work when it comes out? Is this motherfucker even gonna, like, function?
Yeah, who can fucking say? I'll return to it. It's similar with shows. they take so long to come out, and it's like, is this even gonna be fucking good now? Like, it took so fucking long. But yeah, they don't give a shit about that. They're hoping that the brand recognition that people will still be excited about. Like, it's still Elder Scrolls, it's still GTA. Give us your money.
God, and if I, folks, if folks at home, I have like basically no faith in Bethesda at this point to make a competent video game. Skyrim, even for like as great as Skyrim was, I feel like a lot of people kind of forget that when Skyrim came out, there were still like a shitload of bugs. Like that game was like barely held together with duct tape and glue, and you kind of looked past all of that because it was such a big immersive world that hadn't really been seen up until that point, you know?
Yeah, they really changed the fucking game. I never finished Skyrim. I put so many hours into that game during the fucking the pandemic, but I got lost building my house.
I mean, I know a bunch of people who just like who didn't finish Skyrim because it's just like such a big, expansive game.
Yeah, I never even went up to the Arctic levels. Like I kind of traversed their outer edges a little bit, but I was like, oh, I had a thing I was doing at my house where I was trying to build my library. I wanted every fucking book. I had lots of them. Because I stole everything. I was just like, if it's a book and it's not locked down, man, take it. My blacksmith was also through the roof.
I mean, are you fucking kidding me? You play that game like Bender, you know? I love stealing. I love taking things.
Hell yeah. With my companion and my vampire and my dog.
Hell yeah, dude. No, abso-fucking-lutely. But like, I don't know, man. I look at like some of the other more recent, you know, Bethesda projects, like their most recent project being Fallout 76, which was, once again, a non-functioning garbage pile.
A disaster, like, an unmitigated disaster as far as I am to understand.
But, and you know, people have talked about, well, you know, the Fallout show was good, and the Oblivion remake was good. First of all, none of those were actually made by Bethesda. Those were like other teams with just like the Bethesda brand slapped on it. Like, right. I want to make that abundantly fucking clear right now.
That's more like a Trump Tower thing. Like, he didn't build that thing. Like, he just let them put his name on it.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, 100%. So
They probably financed it a little bit.
Probably. Mm-hmm. But I just don't have like any faith in Bethesda anymore. I don't have faith in a lot of like AAA game studios anymore. Mm-hmm. I really do think that a lot of the future of video games is held in the hand of the indie developer, you know? For sure. Like the Larian Studios, the Concerned Ape, you know? Like all these small teams. God, if fucking Silk Song could come out. Team Cherry, please. Talk about long development cycles. That game's been getting talked about for fucking years.
Which game's that?
Silk Song. It is the follow-up to the hit indie game Hollow Knight.
Not familiar with it, but I will take your word.
It is. Look, I love Hollow Knight. I think it's a great game. Team Cherry, where the fuck is Silk Song, dog? They showed it for like a Nintendo Direct, and they were like, yeah, it's coming out end of this year. And then they had to fucking like scrap a lot of that shit because they were like, we actually don't know when the game's coming out. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't know? You're motherfucker.
We lied.
I lied.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Darth Vader, I lied. One of the greatest Darth Vader lines of all time.
I can agree to that.
Mm-hmm. Although, do you have a favorite Darth Vader line?
You know what? I always do think about the only thing I'm surrounded by is fear and dead people.
And dead men, yes. That's absolutely one of my favorites. Yeah. That's one of my favorites. There's one in Rebels. Have you ever watched Rebels?
I never got into Rebels. I tried. I got like 3 episodes in and kind of went, I am not zazzed by this, so I just kind of moved on.
It gets there. It gets there. I know it starts off a little rough, but I'll say it gets there. You got to meet the Bendu. That was a great character. But Darth Vader shows up. James Earl Jones was still alive and did the voice. And he's got a great line because the main character, Ezra, like is facing off against him. And he's just a kid. And he's like, I'm not afraid of you. And Darth Vader just goes up to him. Then you will die braver than most.
That is really good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like, because it's simultaneously showing respect while being like, I'm still going to kill you.
You can die brave, that's cool, but you are going to die still.
Right, still going to die.
Fan-fucking-tastic.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Well, I will say this in agreements to the original appointment. Game studios just think they can take as long as they want because they think that the name will sell. That's all they think.
I mean, that's really all it is, honestly, and that's what a lot of like fucking mass media marketing crap has become. We can take as long as we like. This will still sell. It's got brand recognition. Mm-hmm. That's all it's about anymore. It's just, do you recognize this brand now? We here at Brand understand your feedback. And we're working to get that game to you as fast as possible.
Yeah. What IP can we mass produce for you? Like I said, it's similar with like TV and movies too. Because that's all they saw, like when Barbie was popular, was like, oh, people want movies about toys. Like, no, that's the wrong message, but that's what you're going to go with. Whatever. So, good luck to us all in this increasing hellscape of what can be loosely called entertainment.
This vague amalgamation of entertainment.
Yeah, the main studios will still produce drivel, but we can always hope that the indie studios in both video games and television and movies will be there to help us out. I recently saw Sinners, and it was really good. Like Ryan,
I'm so glad to hear that.
Yeah, Ryan Coogler did an amazing job. I'll say this: you might think that like the main character is Michael B. Jordan, but it's not. It is the music. The music is the main character of the movie.
Hey, all right. Yeah. Fantastic.
Although Michael B. Jordan does amazing as twins.
Oh, that's right. He does the Tom Hardy dual role. That's right.
Mm-hmm. And he does great at it. Everybody does a real good job. The music's incredible. It's a fun fucking movie. And I saw a clip though of Ryan Coogler fucking talking about different film types. And like he is getting detailed into like, oh, we shot it on this type of film and it's got this ratio and this aspect and it uses this type of light and this, that, and the other. And I remember just watching, I'm like, you are a fucking nerd. But I love that. I love that. I'm like, my man here knows what he's talking about though. He is like intense. I've got no idea what you're talking about, but it sounds good. And you clearly are passionate about that. And I feel like that's part of why his movies are so good.
That's what we need, dude. I want passionate filmmakers to make movies they're passionate about.
Right.
I don't want more fucking directors just coming in here being like, oh, we wanted to do an emotional, like, we wanted to highlight the emotional weight of Lilo and Stitch. What the fuck are you talking about? You don't know what the hell you're talking about, goddammit.
The emotional weight comes, Ohana means family, and family means nobody left behind. Meanwhile, here we are being like, you know what we should do? Leave some folks behind.
You know what? I think we can leave Lilo behind. I think that'll be okay. Mm-hmm. Fuck it. Now he goes off to college on the mainland.
Right. I think we can, we just leave it all behind. Fuck that shit. But yeah, soulless interpretations are going to weigh us down, but hopefully people with actual passion will still continue to lift us up. We got great Spider-Man movies, those first two, because Sam Raimi was passionate about the character, you know? You get,
very true, very true.
And when you let Ryan Coogler, when you let him cook, man, he can deliver you fucking greatness.
Oh, man. And you know what? You know what else I'll say? And this is one where, unfortunately, there was some befuddlement with the production. So it's still coming, apparently. But you know what? The Spider-Verse movies, also fucking fantastic. Mm-hmm. Fucking love Spider-Verse.
For sure. And in talking about people who are passionate about things and remakes, we're only 66 days away from the Toxic Avenger. That's right, it's the return of Toxic Watch. Woo! So we'll see if this remake can hit. I've been watching the trailers, and I'm hopeful that everybody involved is passionate about this insanely strange fucking movie.
Folks at home, I need to tell you something. I watched a trailer for Toxic Avenger.
Oh,
let me
shit!
Tell you something. I did. I watched a trailer for Toxic Avenger, and let me tell you something. I watched a mutated Peter Dinklage rip a man's arm out of its socket and then use that arm to take his head off.
Fuck yeah, you did.
I'm going to be totally upfront with all of you folks. It was pretty fucking radical. I'm not going to fucking lie. That shit kind of kicked ass.
Fuck yeah. They're releasing the unrated version in theaters. I'm excited. It's been on hold. I've been waiting for this movie for like 2 years. So I'm hoping it's dope. So we shall see. 66 days until August 29th, the release of The Toxic Avenger. But I think that about does it for circuses. We've actually gone on far too long, so we're going to have to do as we usually do and rapid fire through The Revolt.
The Revolt!
Ah, yes.
It's a trap! I am the Senate. Not yet.
Yeah.
It's treason.
Mm-hmm.
Then
So this is how liberty dies. With thunderous applause.
I'll tell you, little brother, this collection of Star Wars samples that I initially got together for Star Wars Day is seeming more and more prescient as we move forward.
Unfortunately, I need you to know, I'm saddened by that. I'm impressed but saddened.
Yeah, no. Had no idea I was predicting the future. I was just like, oh, there's a bunch of good quotes from Star Wars about politics and the prequels. I'll loop all those together with an old beat and it'll be great. And now it's just like, man, everything's falling to shit, folks. Today, as we're recording this, it is Monday, June 23rd, and man, we are moving closer and closer to the brink of war, aren't we, little brother?
So we are. God, I was mentioning this to my brother earlier, is that when I was younger, I did want to live in interesting times, but I wanted those times to be like fucking space travel or some shit,
right?
You know?
Yeah, absolutely. I was also hoping for interesting times, but yeah, I was thinking more like Star Trek type stuff as opposed to Mad Max type stuff.
Oh, God, we're just inching closer and closer to Mad Max type shit. And boy, am I sad about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's not looking good for any of us. Over the weekend, the United States bombed 3 sites in Iran. This comes on the heels of Israel and Iran throwing bombs back and forth. So that's been fun. And of course, that comes on the heels of Israel doing a genocide in Gaza.
Correct.
Yeah, so it's all fucked. Israel's basically, according to some reports, they've attacked 3 or 4 countries in the past few years. I think Yemen was one of them, but yeah, Iran's one of them now. And the U.S. got involved in this, sent some stealth bombers, and bombed 3 nuclear sites in Iran.
So, good stuff. Solid. Love that.
Mm-hmm. And as right before we started recording, I keep the news pulled up on my computer on my home screen, and it seems that Iran has responded and targeted a U.S. military base in Qatar.
So all good there, folks. Yeah, we're inching closer and closer to World War III, and boy, oh boy, am I not looking forward to that.
Right, yeah.
I don't think anybody is.
No. I don't know. When I was a kid, I always figured World War III would be like the U.S. versus Russia. That's kind of how they taught us, like we were still coming off the Cold War and whatnot, and they're like, yeah, you got to watch out for the Ruskies.
Yeah, definitely. The old man in particular has always been a Russian hater.
Yeah, absolutely. He when I was a kid, he'd always talk about, yeah, you got to watch out for those commies and pinkos and whatnot. But either way, so that's what I thought World War III would be like. But, I feel like this makes sense more now. Us just following Israel into whatever nonsense they're getting into. Russia saying that the United States violated international law, so who knows? They might still be a part of it, China's also been talking about how, like, the U.S. can't be trusted with shit anymore. And it seems like we're going to be getting involved in... Because Trump's talking about regime change, so we'll probably be getting involved in some long ground war in the Middle East. Fantastic. Those always work out.
Okay. You know what? It took you a little while, but you know what? Welcome back, George W. Good to have you here.
Yeah, that's the thing. Trump used to talk shit. He's like, George W. Bush is, like a warmonger and whatnot. And I won't be like him. He'll be the president of peace. Oh, man. And did you hear what Marco Rubio said on Face the Nation?
Oh, God, what did he say?
So the host was asking him about intelligence, and here's the quote.
That's an accurate representation of it. That's not how intelligence is read. That's not how intelligence is used. Here's what the whole world knows. Forget about intelligence.
Forget about
intelligence. Fuck me sideways. Forget about intelligence.
I feel like that should be the slogan for this whole Trump fascism coup bullshit. Just forget about intelligence.
Forget about intelligence.
Yeah. That's where we're at, folks. Forget about intelligence. So Tulsi Gabbard is the director of national intelligence, and like even she had said like really recently that Iran has nuclear stuff like uranium, but that they're not working on a weapon. And Trump was just like, she's wrong. So that's where we're at. He's just like, the director of intelligence, that motherfucker doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about.
believe you're just allowed to say shit like that now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as president, you can just say that now.
Yep.
Who cares? Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and as Secretary of State, you could say, forget about intelligence. We are really in some sort of bizarro world, man. They just are flat out. Hey, don't listen to motherfuckers. They don't know what they're talking about. You just got to trust Donald. He knows what's up.
I'm trying to I'm trying to pinpoint like a moment. What was our butterfly effect? What led us down this dark and terrible timeline? What really broke us, you know?
Some people say it's when Obama made fun of Trump at that press dinner that they have where they used to have where people would come and roast the president. Remember that? Remember when they used to do that?
I do remember that. Yeah, actually.
Yeah, well, they haven't done it now. But
Yeah.
one year they did it, and that's the other thing. The president would always come up and he'd do his own little roast, you know? And he talked about how like Donald would never be president, and Trump was there, and you can see him just looking mad as hell. And so some people were like, that's when he decided to run for president. And it's all been downhill since there.
It really has been. I really feel like the spiral has just gotten like worse and worse. You know, you know, folks. How about this one for a metaphor? You all ever like filled a bath or something, or maybe filled a sink to wash some dishes, perhaps? And then you unstopper the drain, and the drain kind of starts swirling very slowly at first, like as the water kind of goes down. But then right towards the end, it's like speeding up and spiraling faster. That's what I feel like we're at right now. We're right at the tail end of the sink just draining.
Mm-hmm. And it's gotten so weird too that like I find myself agreeing with like Tucker Carlson.
Ah, God, it's disgusting. I know exactly what you're talking about, but I'm like, man, we've really entered a very weird time, haven't we?
Yeah. I'm not saying I like Tucker Carlson or that we should accept. Tucker Carlson's trash. He's a fucking piece of shit racist. But he gave Ted Cruz the business. And it was funny to watch those two fucking pieces of shit bicker.
Oh, fuck, I'll bet.
Yeah, yeah. If you want, you can find some highlights of their interview. And yeah, watching them go back and forth and watching Tucker Carlson, grill Ted Cruz, giving him questions like what's the population of Iran? What's the fucking ethnic makeup? And Ted Cruz is just whipping it. And then like he asked him, he's like, Ted Cruz is like, we got to protect Israel. That's in the Bible. And Tucker's like, what Bible verse is it? He's like, I don't know the exact verse. So that's funny, but like they're still just trash. Both of them.
Yeah, no, they're still awful.
Yeah.
Like, fucking terrible people. Make no mistake about that, folks.
Yeah, but there's other fucking MAGA goons who are just parroting the like, oh, if you're mad about Trump taking away Iran's nuclear capabilities, you were never MAGA. Like, yeah, fuck off, all of you. But yeah, this little hissy fit's probably based partially on the fact that he had his birthday parade and it was a big old fucking flop.
Okay, I want to talk about the birthday parade for just like 1 second.
For sure.
Because like, fuck me sideways, man. That shit. I have to laugh. In these trying times, I have to fucking laugh. And you know what? That did give me some goddamn grade A entertainment. I'd be more inclined to laugh if it didn't cost people like what, some kind of like $45 million or some shit.
Yeah, no, it was like $140 million. It was a big fucking price tag for the American taxpayers. But yeah, it was a big old flub. There was barely anybody there. So many empty seats. There was quite literally a squeaky tank. Like it was literally making those squeaky World War II movies. You know when you hear a tank in the movies and it's all just squeaky and shit? That's what was at his fucking parade. And he looked so dejected. You can see Marco Rubio stifling yawns, like his jaws like, don't yawn, don't let him catch you yawning on TV.
Oh God, if they catch me yawning, I'll be shot for sure.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, at the same time, there was the No Kings protest, which like there was a mixed bag there, you know, because it's a lot of lib shit, a lot of like, if Kamala was president, we'd be at brunch. Like, shut the fuck up.
But you're not helping, first of all. Not helpful at all.
That's the thing. They are being helpful because they're showing up and at least making their voices heard. But like what they're saying is like, maybe that's not the message. Maybe can I workshop this with you? I feel like we have better messages.
Okay.
I appreciate the effort. I'm so glad you're here. We do need you here. Bodies in the streets. Very important. let's talk about Praxis.
You know what? You're a little confused, but you got the spirit. How about that one instead? The fucking age-old one from Fresh Prince.
Exactly. Like I love the energy. I'm not liking the actions. We can workshop that a little bit, but like I do want you to stay here and stay mad. But like I want to talk about theory.
So regardless,
but they
you know what?
They had a lot
showing
more
up.
Yeah, and a lot of more people showed up to those protests than his fucking birthday parade, and he's pissy about it. And I'm glad for that. Fuck him. Fuck his little shitty ass birthday parade. And the reason more people showed up a lot is because of what's been going down in Los Angeles. ICE has been going out there, and that's where it started. Like, there's been a lot of street movement with that shit because ICE is like just fucking around and taking people out of Home Depot and schools and churches and off the fucking streets. All right, they're doing Gestapo level shit, and they're masking up so people can't fucking identify them, and they refuse to identify themselves. And there was also an assassination. Holy shit, almost forgot about that one. There was an assassination of an elected official in fucking Minnesota. Somebody went up to their door looking like a cop and made it look official, and this was some sort of crazed MAGA motherfucker. Oh, it's all fucked, y'all. Hey,
Yeah, no, definitely.
Hey, chat, are we cooked?
Okay. Yep, we are cooked.
100%.
Yep, we are cooked. GG.
Yeah, we are fucking cooked. This is the downfall of the American empire. We are watching it, as I've said, in somehow both a slow motion and high speed crash at the same time.
Yeah, no, almost certainly. Now, I will say, I feel like, at the very least, you know, despite what we talk about, it is important to show up, all right? Make your voice heard, get out there, get protesting, you know. No King's protest went great, your voice got heard, that's really excellent. Do not let our doom and gloom at the downfall of American society, do not let that stop you from showing up. Don't stop showing up, folks, you know.
Absolutely. We want you out there. But also in this heat, stay hydrated. It is a scorcher.
Oh, please, no, it's fucking scorching. God damn.
But yeah, another part of showing up though is like once you show up, don't forget to interact, make connections, because community is where our strength is going to come from, and we need to stay connected and figure out how we can help besides just showing up.
I agree completely. So important right now.
For sure. But hey, stay out there, stay hydrated, and stay mad, stay woke. I don't give a fuck like how much they can come for anti-woke shit. I'm not here for it. We stay woke here.
You're goddamn right.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, we are way over our normal limit, so it's time to get to the end. And as per usual, here in season 3, in honor of Moon Pie Town, we are going to be renaming things. And well, with what happened to our poor beloved Pacers, we decided that maybe it's time for a rebrand.
That's right, Pacers. You're getting a new name, courtesy of us here at Hoosier Brother. Don't thank us.
Absolutely.
You know what? It's fine, but I do take checks.
Yeah, absolutely. We will take some sponsorship money. I'll start us off. You know what? I think IU has had the name long enough. We're gonna upgrade. We're gonna upgrade the name. They're gonna have to pick a new one. Maybe we'll rename them next week. But now, the Pacers can now be the Indiana Hoosiers. But you know what? I'll go a step further. Since it's the sequel, I take it back. You can keep the original Hoosiers because the Indiana Pacers are now going to be 2 Indiana, 2 Hoosiers.
I'll call you Better Hoosiers. New Better Hoosiers.
New Hoos.
New Hoosh.
New Hoosh. Who this?
The dumb joke. That's a dumb. Why do you? God, fuck! You're listening to this podcast. Why are you here? What is wrong with you?
Probably lots. Thanks for being here.
We appreciate you, folks. See, me, I'm going for a bit of a more cutting take, I think. And I'm going to call them the Chokers. You choked in Game 7, folks.
Absolutely. And of course, the Pacers are iconic for the choke symbol, so like it's kind of fitting. Here's one we kind of had an agreement on. Lately, people have been calling them the Yes Sirs. That's kind of funny. It's kind of clever. I liked it. But I guess
sure
they lost, so to me it seems like they're the what did you call them, Ev?
The no sirs.
The no sirs, which rolls off the tongue. I went a little more. I even went a little farther with it. I was the nope sirs, but I feel like the no sirs does roll off the tongue better.
Oh man!
I did, and I had one more. Back in the day, the Olympics let NBA players play for the first time, and so they assembled all the greats, and they called it the Dream Team. It really was too. But the Indiana Pacers. It has long been a dream of all basketball-loving Hoosiers that the Pacers win the championship. They have wanted it since I was young. You know, we thought we were going to make it with Reggie. We never did. And they thought they were going to make it this time, and they came so fucking close just for it all to shatter right at the end. So you know what? This is the broken Dream Team.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, that's pretty good.
Absolutely. I wanted to call it the Nightmare Team, but that sounds cool.
Oh, that does sound really cool. That sounds like the Space Jam, the Monstars.
The Monstars, that's right. So yeah, the Broken Dream Team though, that's fitting.
You know what? Terrific work. I really think we knocked it out of the park this time.
We did. Great fucking names. Indiana Pacers, take your choice.
In all seriousness, I don't actually give a shit about it, but you know, it's funny regardless. I'm laughing.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like we've said, like we're not sports guys. We're more cheering on Joey Chestnut.
It's true. I'm here for Joey Chestnut, goddammit. I'm here for that eat and fuck.
Fuck yeah.
Kidding me?
Fuck yeah. The king.
The king. The undisputed king, goddammit.
Mm-hmm. That's gonna do it for us though. Like I said, we've gone on far too long, but thanks for listening all the same. Don't forget to like and subscribe, tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell any Pacers fans you know, because they need something to fill that void in their life, and you know what? Hoosier Brother is it.
Fucking goddammit. Hey, shout out Pacers fans, you guys still lost. Losers forever.
Better luck next year. Alright, well, until next time, don't forget to keep breaking the chaos, support the unions, except for cops. Free Palestine.
Hey, folks at home, now more than ever, as always, practice your literacy and be gay, do crimes.